Everything you need to know about hiking the W Trek in Patagonia from someone who did it with very last-minute planning. The W Trek is the most famous hiking route in Torres del Paine National Park in Chile and covers about 50 miles over 4 to 5 days. It'll take you through snow-capped mountains and along glacier lakes, and while you definitely don't need to be a pro hiker to do the trek, some experience and training goes a long way. The trek gets its name from the W-like configuration of the out-and-back trails, and one of the biggest decisions to make before starting is the direction you'll take. There's pros and cons to each, but I'd recommend going from east to west as you'll tackle the longer and more intense hikes at the beginning. Alternatively, hiking west to east will allow you to finish the trek on a high note at the famous Torres and time it just right to hike up for sunrise. To enter the park, you'll need to purchase a permit, which can be done online for $49 and gives you access to all the trails for the entire duration of the trek. Now, there's no cell service in the park, which means you'll spend the entirety off-grid, and partly because of this, many companies will try to convince you to book a guide, but hear me out, it is completely doable on your own and will save you loads of money. The trails are clearly marked and you can download offline maps ahead of time so you don't get lost. Packing was my biggest worry, and while your list will vary based on the season and weather, you can save some weight by purchasing room and board options from refugios along the way. There's different packages available, which are definitely overpriced, but since they're the only option, they still tend to book out in advance. In terms of crowds, the park is busiest during high season between December and February, but take it from me and consider going during the following months. Through March into early April, there's bright fall foliage, which is just beyond beautiful, and you'll even have some trails all to yourself. Overall, after spending more than a month in Patagonia, the W Trek stood out with the most impressive and immersive views and is a worthwhile bucket list item that I'd recommend a million times over.